Okay, guys, I just want to thank everybody again for coming today. Another edition of the TCG series of Lunch and Learns. We have a really solid lineup for everyone today, and I know everybody's busy and their time's very valuable, and I think this is going to prove to be a rewarding experience for everybody that came, because we have three of the solid, the best companies in the business. Host.net is going to lead this off right now. Impact Telecom is going to follow, and then Florida Power and Light. This is like the power lineup right now. I don't know if there's a better lineup, because you can sell every one of these products to your customers. So, with that, I'm going to let Lenny take it away. And Lenny, appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Dan. Everybody, welcome. Hello. How's everybody? Thanks for having us. I'd like to thank TCG for hosting lunch today. Maybe we're hosting. Oh, well, we're all hosting it together. First of all, so thanks to TCG, Dan, for arranging this. All the agents, so everybody who's an agent in the room, raise your hand. All right. By the time you leave here today, you're going to figure out how to make more money, right? More money in your pocket. That's the whole idea. Other featured service providers, as Dan mentioned, FPL FiberNet and Impact Telecom. I'll jump right out and say that FPL is one of, if not our favorite. There's no other carriers in the room, right? I know it's going to be on tape. Sorry AT&T, sorry Level 3, sorry Comcast. We love FPL. We just did a video, what do we call that thing? A testimonial. So more camera time. And we really talked to the importance of our relationship with FPL FiberNet. So I hope it's not a coincidence that we're here today together on the same in the same venue, because they are really our partner in connecting from our data center, from our cloud, and we love FPL. So FiberNet folks, thank you for making us look good. We recently had an opportunity where a client came to us and said, we really want colo, but we're looking at all these other colo, but we need a gig connection up to our office in Boca Raton, and we need a gig connection from our office in New York, and then a local gig connection up in New York. And FPL happened to be on net to that building in Boca, and from order to installation, implementation, turn up, move in was 45 days, ladies and gentlemen, for a gig connection. So did we promise that? Hell no. Did we deliver it? Hell yes. And so it's those type of success stories that when we put us together with FiberNet, and we can make really good stuff happen. So think about us presenting today, but think of us as a package. So we're going to talk about colocation, cloud, the connectivity piece of it. When you put FPL and Host.net together, it's a winner. It's just an absolute winner, and I can't say enough about you guys. So I think that's really important to note. Impact Telecom, don't know you guys. By the time today's over, I'll at least have a mug and a pretty good idea of what you do. We do not sell voice over IP services at Host.net. We've got folks in our data center, and we'd be happy to make you part of that winning solution, obviously, and make sure we know everything about you. So the three of us today, as Dan put it, Power Trio, Black Sabbath, Grand Funk Railroad. Am I resonating with anybody here? Those are the Power Trios. Looking forward to this event. You got an email invitation. Brenda the Machine, Vicky the Animal, Clarabelle Lightning Quote Gonzalez, Cop the King of Colo. I thought I was supposed to wear my MMA thing today because that or some monster truck event, but we like that. And this business, how many of you been in it for 10 years? How many of you, keep your hands up, how many of you been in it for 20 years? I'm going to get to 50 and Ed's still going to have his hand up, I know. Oh. 30 years? Wow. Where did you start?
I started at MCI in the mail room.
Wow. In what year?
1980.
Wow. Anybody before 80? Wow. Yeah, see, I'm 84. You're 84, February of 84, just after divestiture.
Right, day after the divestiture.
February, right, so 2/27/84, net credited service date. It's a number that you have in your head if you work for the phone company. It's like a tattoo. So, okay, cool. Right, so, so we all have been in this game for a long time, and we know how it can be very gratifying, we know how it can be fun, and we also know those days that just suck to be in this business. So how do we prevent suckage in this business, right? It's a term. How do you prevent suckage? You just have good partners. It's about your partners. And so, we've known, I don't think I was at Host.net 3 weeks when Lou and Alan and David showed up, and we had this meeting, and it was fun. It was interesting. If you've been in a meeting with Lou, you know how that goes. And so we sort of got started. But the reason we're here today is because there's a lot of really cool new stuff at Host.net. And so this is a great way for us to kick this off. As really who was our first partner in this market is really our first big initiative in our new world, right? So on that Host.net team, everybody knows Michael Kopp. So Mike's going to talk a little bit about why. So here's the other thing, right? Sort of the 800-pound gorilla. The new thing is we have a new CEO at our company. And so as a part of our new CEO, there's a new culture. There's a new kindler, friendlier, gentler. And so for those of you who dealt with us and dealt with some of our suckage, the suckage days are over. We really are all about taking care of you, making you look good in front of your client. Again, Mikey's going to talk a little bit about that. But Jason Katz, so Jason's our new CEO. For those of you in the room who can appreciate it, I describe him in one very simple word. He's a mensch. And so when you've got a mensch as a CEO, you find you can do some really great stuff for your clients because they care. It's like, what can we do for them? How can we make this work? And in the same sense, when Jason and I got together with TCG again for 2.0, we basically said, and Dan was there, what can we do? How do we make this right again, and how do we go forward? And Dan was simple. He's like, come and talk to our group and do this, this, and this. And we said yes, yes, and yes, without hesitation. Yes, yes, and yes. And so we're here, and Jason's here today to give you that commitment that as long as it's frickin' reasonable, the answer is going to be yes. You bring us a deal, you bring us an opportunity, we can find out how to make it work. The answer is going to be 9 times out of 10 yes, if it makes any sense whatsoever. So Jason owns the yes department in our company. It's, maybe it's a maybe, but, it's like the Just Say No to Drugs campaign or the Just Say Yes to Deals campaign. So we're going to turn that on its head. Julie is here. Julie joined us on January the 4th. So Julie Langsenkamp, for those of us who have been around, Julie started at the phone company when she was 12, and that's why she's been in the business for as long as she has. She hasn't changed from the day I met her, but Julie's also going to be a key member of the team, and a bunch of you guys and gals know her as well. We've got sales engineers. We're a team. We're all about getting the deal done. So when you bring the opportunity to us, we're just going to find a way to get it done. So what's new? I talked about new management, our new hires. We've got some product and service refreshes that we're going to do. That's coming attractions. We used to be a pain in the ass when you came to us and said, I've got the carrier deal, I'm selling the network, and you came to us and said, but my client needs colo, and Ed, you remember these days, it was tough shit. Sorry, can't do it, you got to buy my network. Well, those days are gone. Bring us your client's network, bring us the colo deal, you'll do the network, we'll sell them a reasonable cross-connect, and we'll make it work. So all those non-carrier neutral, our poop don't stink stuff, it's not about that. It's about getting deals. So it's really important to note that. There's some new marketing initiatives. That's our new banner today as it's unveiling. The reason we put this banner together is because we'll be displaying this in the TCG booth in Las Vegas next week. So we will actually, again, that was one of the things Dan said. When we said, what can we do? Dan said, come be with us in Las Vegas. Be our partner in Las Vegas. So we signed up. We're in. We're on. We're going to be in the booth with TCG. Putting our money where our mouth is. More aggressive pricing. Dan and I had a conversation before the meeting today. We're working on something that'll be special for you guys, something you can go to market with, and we'll come out with that. So energy, I didn't drink coffee this morning. I'm always this way. Sorry to my wife who just wonders where the hell the energy comes from. Positive attitude, and out to kick some butt. As we say here, we offer colo, cloud, connectivity, business continuity. We can figure out how we work that with your clients, what makes us different. Why should you send the opportunities our way? It's simple. Ask Dan, Miguel, Gabriel. Ask them when we have a coffee break. Ask them, what did they do with Mikey? How did we win Phoenix Direct? How do we win independent imaging? How do we win Target Insurance and Persist Technologies. These are the last 60 days, right, Mikey?
Yes.
In the last 60 days, these 4 deals, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, like $7,000 in deals. So somewhere, that residual payment's coming out of Host.net, real money in your pocket. And here's another question. I asked how old you are. How many of you have visited Boca campus or Fort Lauderdale campus, Host.net Boca campus? All right, easier. How many of you have not been? How many of you have not been either the Boca or Fort Lauderdale campus? All right, this is an open invitation for you to come up and see us. Buy a cup of coffee, buy a Cuban lunch. We got a great Cuban restaurant right outside. So come see us, come visit, and you'll understand why. Mikey's going to talk a little bit about close ratios, why the close ratio is so darn high when we get the client through Colo. And all you have to do is bring us the people, and we'll close the deal. Just bring them up there. We do the rest. Somebody who's not in this room that recently said to me, "You treat my clients like gold. You treat my clients like gold." And that's what you want. You want to, for all the coddling and all the time you spent developing your relationships, you want us to take that and make it look even better, and then ultimately make you look better. All right, the cloud. How many of you all are selling cloud today? All right. What's the cloud?
Hosted.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so a lot of people are selling cloud. We've taken a simple approach to our cloud solution because we're not Amazon. We're not Rackspace, although they're probably closer in terms of from a, where we handle the customer in terms of being an enterprise type of cloud. It's really simple. For selling our cloud, look for a single application. Take that application, we'll do a 30-day trial, proof of concept, let them try it. Just try it. It's the puppy dog. We've all done it before. We've all sold something that we left behind. For you, it was printers. For me, it was phone systems. I remember selling fax machines with thermal paper on them. Yes, I did that. And once you gave them the fax machine and they realized this makes my life easier, they're not going to send it back. So in the same way, take an application, come to us, let's talk about what it is. It may be their most important application, or it may be their least important application, or it may be one in the middle. But just pick an app, put it on the cloud, see how it behaves, run the proof of concept, do a 2-week, 30-day trial, and then once they've tasted that cloud crack, they'll be stuck. And we'll do the deep dive. We'll do the lunch and learn. We'll do the whiteboard. Nobody does whiteboard like Mikey does. Mikey will just fill up a whole room. Billy, you've seen it. You've seen Mikey's whiteboard stuff. It's really impressive. And the whole idea is that we're going to dig in not to the bits and bytes, but what your client wants to accomplish. What are they trying to accomplish? What's the business problem? What solutions can we throw at the business problem? Do they have an RPO issue? Is there a disaster recovery issue? Is there a compliancy issue? And once we understand the business problem, we then cobble together your network, our colo, our cloud, some hybrid of all of that, and we come up with a solution. And it's all about having that. So in the case of that client that FPL and us did, had we not had the backbone network to New York, had we not had the local loop connectivity in New York, were we not able to deliver the gig through FPL, we never would have won that business if we were just competing on the colo. We just wouldn't have won it. But it was that total solution, understood what they needed, and delivered it. All right, so here's a little challenge. First person to bring us a qualified colo, just an opportunity. So schedule it, contact Mikey, contact Julie, contact one of us, get it on record, schedule it, get it there, $100 gift card, just qualified. You don't have to sell anything, $100 gift card. And then, Jason, did you say next 3 people after that? All right, so the next 3 people, qualified cloud opportunity, $50 gift card. Cloud or colo, thank you, cloud or colo. So you bring us a cloud or colo, just bring them up, let us talk to them, it's qualified, we'll throw some money at you. And as I mentioned, we'll be in, how many of you all are going to Vegas next week? Oh, good, all right. Who's buying? Dan? Anyway, at this point, I covered all the notes. I want to bring Mikey up. He's going to run through a couple of things with you, just some of the why, right? Some of the why. Why do you want to take what I just told you and actually engage us? So, all yours, sir.
Thank you, Lenny.
Michael Kopp.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to just run through this briefly because I'm sure we're probably just about out of time here, but I passed out a couple flyers, and one of them is the yhost.net. And I think if you talk to Dan or Cynthia or Miguel, they could easily tell you, you bring us an opportunity and we'll win the deal for you. Period. We're easy to work with. Essentially, you just need to engage us. We'll go through the entire process with the client and notify you when the deal's done. You can be as engaged or unengaged as you want. We're responsive. Cynthia emailed me last night. She needed a quote. Got it to her this morning, even though I'm getting married in 3 days and my head's spinning off my body, and I had to prepare for this, and
wedding.
yeah. But yes, so responsiveness, and that's important. When you're working with an opportunity and your client's asking you for pricing, you want to be able to reach out to somebody, get the information, get the quote, not have to jump through hoops. Someone who's going to pick up the phone, return an email, get on the phone with your client, and get them the information they need. And it just makes your life easier, and it makes you look good. You look like the hero. Lenny mentioned, you're dealing with an experienced team when you deal with Host.net. We're consistent. I've got a bullet point here on more money for you. So I know that as an agent, there's different compensation plans, right, for different products, and different service providers have different percentages. And our percentage payout that we give TCG and ultimately you is, probably average. There's some that's higher, there's some that's lower. But one of the things about our opportunities and when you bring business to us is the clients are very sticky. So you might get a few higher points with maybe another service provider, but they're going to be gone, they're going to leave that company in maybe 12 months or 24 months. Our clients tend to stay with us for 5, 8, 10 years or longer. And you continue to get paid on that revenue stream. So if they're with us, for 60 months, you're getting 60 months worth of commission. So in the end, you really end up making more money with Host.net. Those are really the key things that I wanted to address. You got the 4 bullet points of our products and services. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Anything that I could address? Yes?
Question, do you all do desktop as a company, remote desktop?
Repeat the question. No.
Yeah, so the question is, do we do remote desktop?
Yes.
Can you clarify that?
Okay, so you said bring you someone with one application to put on. So if they wanted their desktop, remote desktop, where they can hit their desktop remotely, I'm assuming by your look at you don't do that.
Well, we do have clients that put applications on our cloud platform, and then we provide them with an RDP or a remote desktop license. So they're then able to access that, those applications.
Subscription?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, like a managed service.
So desktop as a
Today,
service.
we don't do that. We are starting to get involved in that process. That would be one of the first offerings that we move forward with. I would say within 30 or 60 days, we'll be able to provide that.
Oh, okay.
But typically, we would direct the client to one of our other partners, like Bill with, IT Focus, for example. Does anybody else have any other questions? Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it.